You feel perfectly fine right now, until you pick up your phone. In an instant, that sudden glow changes how you feel about your life. Take a guy named Rohan. His life was normal. Not perfect, not terrible, just delightfully average, and he was completely fine with that. He had a steady job, a tight circle of friends, and very simple daily routines. Nothing was physically wrong in his world, but a peaceful physical environment offers absolutely zero protection against what happens in your mind. Every night, an invisible shift took place. It always started the exact same way. He'd grab his phone right before bed, looking for a quick distraction. Just a few minutes of harmless entertainment. Then the feed took over. A friend's brand new car, another vacationing in beautiful Europe, a colleague's major promotion. Something inside him would sink. His chest felt heavy. His mind started racing with questions. Am I behind in life? Am I doing something wrong? Look at his actual reality during this exact moment. He was sitting in the same chair, working the same job, living the same routine. Absolutely nothing in the physical room changed. That is the power of unchecked comparison. It makes no sound, but it quietly overrides your actual reality and strips away your confidence. This spiral of inadequacy is the result of deep-seated biological hardwiring we all share. Comparison is an ancient survival mechanism that was never meant for the digital age. Think about early humans. Measuring resources against a small peer group was a survival tactic. It worked perfectly in a localized environment. You see their successes, but also their struggles. All the variables are known. Fast forward to today. We've dropped that ancient, highly localized survival tool into a limitless digital landscape filled with billions of people. Social media effectively hacks our biology. It takes a mechanism designed to ensure our safety and turns it into an engine for constant anxiety. The reason this biological hack works is a massive error in the data. There is a sheer mathematical asymmetry between the raw experience of real life and the heavily filtered input of the internet. Think about a complete data set of daily reality: stress, routine, failures, and a tiny sliver of highlights. The internet isolates that sliver, presenting it as the whole truth. You compare your complete reality against someone else's 1% highlight reel. Rohan fell completely for this dataset error. Because he felt inadequate, he naturally assumed there was a severe problem with the way he was living his actual life, so he tried to fix it physically. He worked longer hours, pushed himself harder, and tried to force external progress in the real world, but the heaviness remained. External labor is entirely useless when you are trying to solve an internal error of perception. Rohan only noticed the pattern when he started leaving his phone in another room during his weekend morning routine. Without the immediate input of others' highlights, the heavy feeling in his chest began to dissipate. He set a strict rule: 90 minutes of focused personal work before checking any feed. He replaced the passive act of scrolling with the active process of building something for himself. The first week was difficult. He felt the itch of phantom vibrations in his pocket and a persistent fear that he was falling behind by not being plugged in. Gradually, that digital noise lost its volume. As he spent more time looking at his own progress and less time observing others, his mindset shifted from anxiety back to focused curiosity. His anxiety subsided once he focused on his own internal perspective instead of chasing an impossible external benchmark. That shift completely changed his internal monologue. He stopped asking the defensive question, "Why not me?" and replaced it with a highly actionable one: "What can I do today?" Visualizing progress as a single shared track is the error. Every life moves on a separate, independent timeline, dictated by unique struggles and specific timing that cannot be measured against anyone else. So the next time you feel that heavy pressure in your chest while staring at a screen, pause. Remind yourself that you are reacting to a deeply flawed data set. You are not seeing their full story, and your life is not meant to be compared. Because the exact moment you stop comparing is the moment you actually start becoming.